Well, welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. We got a couple of people in the chat already. We've got Spoke and Wade and Dave and Kathy Hyde. Good to see you here. Tonight's live stream is with Pips from Coffee with Pips. I'm not. He hasn't signed in just yet. I think he's still working on it. So we'll have to make sure everything's good with him. Yeah. We've got a guest coming in. I think everyone knows him, or a lot of people on my community know Pips. You see him on Ash's channel quite a bit. So hopefully you can get connected here. Looks like he's might be just trying to connect his camera and his microphone now. So yeah, my name's Jason. My channel is just Jason. I do mostly ketogenic videos, shorts, product reviews, live streams like this. I like to do interviews with other people that are in the keto lifestyle as well. Mostly people that I can connect with on Instagram. I've got another new visitor here, Celestial Paradise. Well, thanks for checking it out. It's we're hoping to have a conversation with Pips here tonight. I guess last time we talked was a few weeks ago on Consistent Ash's channel. We got talking about keto lifestyle and what it was all about. And Pips has shown some interest in it, so we figure we might as well do a collaboration, do a live stream, see if it's something that he wanted to check out. So we'll just have to hang on tight here for a minute, and hopefully you can get things sorted out. It's good to see Robert here and Wade. It's been a lot of live streams the last few days. But it's never a bad thing. Wade has a pretty good worldwide community going on that does live streaming. So if you want to check out some people from around the world, check out Wade's channel. And Robert here, Never Call Me Again Live. He does some great live streams at editing and some really professional videos. Looks like Pips is having some technical issues, so we'll hang tight and wait for him. That's not a problem. from Mexico. Well, that's cool. That's it's always good to see other people from other parts of the world that come and check things out. Yeah, if anyone's new here, or if they do have any questions pertaining to tonight's topic, which is basically just a ketogenic lifestyle and sort of how to get started with it, just drop them in the comments there and try our best to get to them. Yeah, how are the temperatures right now? I know in Ontario here right now it is completely miserable. I don't know. I think we were having almost tornado type winds today. It was our day we put all our recycling out to the curb. So, of course, half of that is blowing around the neighborhood right now with our recycling boxes going everywhere. Pretty cold. Well, that's not good. You'd think down south there would be a little better, but of course, pretty cold is probably pretty relative as well. I think today with our wind chill, it was probably, I don't know, minus 10, minus 15 degrees Celsius here today. So it was not a very nice day at all. That's for sure. Not much better here in Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm guessing so. You're not this wind that's blowing and this cold, I'm sure is pretty far and wide. Looks like they're still working away at their technical issues, so we'll just hang tight here. Hello, Wisconsin. I'm from Central Wisconsin. Yeah. Wade's a traveling man right now. He's all over Texas and everywhere. Where are you guys? What's temperature like? We're dropping below 0 Fahrenheit wind chill tonight. Yeah, it's probably about the same for us. I wouldn't be surprised if it got down to minus 15 to 20 degrees Celsius tonight with the wind. But oh well, it's been a pretty mild November so far, so you can't really complain too much. Kenosha, that's good. Yeah, so you, Dave and Kathy, yeah, you guys came over from Pip's channel. I saw you a couple of days ago, so it's greatly appreciated. Yeah, Pips has got he's got some really fun videos. I like to watch his. I'd like to say he's one of the channels that I live vicariously through, because what he what he taste tests and reviews and everything is pretty much most of the stuff that I can't. So them and another channel, Fine Dining, they have a lot of stuff. They review a lot of stuff that I can't or don't eat. Not that I can't, I just choose not to. Currently, Texas right now, it's chilly, 50 Fahrenheit, 10 Celsius. Yeah, I guess that's pretty chilly for Texas for sure. We like to deny it though. Brett, how's it going? It's good to see you here. That's we're just waiting for our guest here. He's having some technical difficulties, but that's all right. We'll hang tight here for him. it's things happen. Let me know, or let us know if there's any. Hopefully the link that I sent is working all right. If not, let me know, and I'll post another link up here that he can use. Based near Eau Claire. I'm assuming that's in Wisconsin, Wade. I don't think I've ever heard of that, actually. Help is on the scene. He should be up and going in a few. That's cool. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're all good here. We can talk for a while until he can get things sorted out. Bust out the amber spoke. Okay. Every time I watch Pip's food reviews, I get the munchies. Yeah, same here. 2 hours from Minneapolis. Cool. I don't think I've ever. Well, I haven't been to that many parts of the state, so I don't think I've been down that area. What part of Ontario? I live basically about halfway between Toronto and Detroit in Ontario. Just outside a city called London, Ontario. Yeah, so it's about right around halfway point, about 2 hours from Toronto. This is fine. Our first live had no sound for an hour and a half, or half an hour. Yeah, it's these things happen. But that's okay as long as we're here, so we can hang tight. No link needed. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check out Robert's live on the replay later, maybe after this. It's been a pretty hectic day today. I had to go for a COVID test today for work, and that ate up most of my morning. So it was not a very productive day, but it was a long day, that's for sure. Yeah, just on the other side of the lakes. It's still a long way, though. That's for sure. We're pretty much back in the middle of all of the Great Lakes, so we get some pretty heavy snowfalls and heavy storms every year. That lake starts blowing snow, it can bury us pretty quick. So yeah, like I was saying, I know if there's anyone. Oh, let's see if we can get Pips on here. Hello, you there? Can't hear you. Yeah, it looks like we got the video going, just working on the...
Okay. I apologize. This is just ridiculous.
No, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm just trying to get the Mac on. This cam link has really screwed me up. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's all right. No, we're
okay. I can't get in and nobody. Oh, okay. There we go. I think. Now, is it on?
Yeah, I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I apologize again.
Oh, no worries.
I'm on straight from the Mac, so I'm not on my camera, so it's going to look like crap. So
no, it looks.
I apologize, and it's already 10 minutes over.
Oh, no worries.
I've been trying for a half hour, so
yeah. No, this this happens. We were just
Yeah.
talking with some of your some of the people from your community in the chat here. Dave and Kathy
Okay.
Hyde are here,
Hi, how are you?
and who else we got here? Celestial Paradise is here as well. So
Oh, great. Welcome.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
there's
all right. Thank you. Thanks for showing up. Um, yeah, my camera's supposed to stream, of course, and then when you want to live stream, it's just falls apart. It's
yeah,
usually things like this that happen. So, life of
yeah.
a YouTuber, right? Everybody knows
Yep.
that.
Yep. Yeah. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's
Good.
we're here now. So what is it? You have to join using Google Chrome, not Safari. That was from Robert. I don't know if that's what you were
Okay.
trying to use or
Well, I was on Google Chrome, but then it was on Camlink, and is a picture coming
okay.
through okay?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
I can
I
see you
was
good.
on Camlink, and but I like to use my microphone because this is kind of echoey, probably.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, we're all good. Yeah,
Good.
no,
Well,
it's good. It's good to have you here. I
thank
know
you.
we've been talking for a couple of weeks about
Right.
doing something like this, just to have a chat about. You've been saying you want to look into different
Keto.
things like keto, and not necessarily so much going like a full on ketogenic lifestyle like myself. Like I understand it's one of those things that's pretty hard, especially if you're part of what you do is like reviewing food.
See, that's the big thing, just
Mhm.
you have to, taste things, and it's just in how do I not taste them and do my show. So I usually, I can't just take a bite and say, oh, it's good, so you really have to um so that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so you're gonna tell me a little bit, like, can you partially like do keto, and let's say on, hey Ash, can you go on keto, let's say, like during the week, and then on the weekends without eating any crazy, but still, because I know it's a chemical thing, right?
Yeah, like, short answer. This is a tricky one for me. I guess short answer is no. From a biological hormone standpoint, it's not going to necessarily work as a ketogenic sort of diet if
Hmm.
because one of the main parts about keto is that is called what's called fat adaptation. So you turn your body from burning sugar into burning fat as a source of fuel, and
Okay, so you're
that can take up to 6 to 8 weeks of trying to stay
okay,
carb free, not carb free, but under a certain amount of carbs per day, for a
right,
very
right.
like a fairly consistent um, uh, time period. Now, that's not to
Okay.
say that you won't see benefits from trying to, eat clean during the week and then, you know, maybe doing what you need to do on the weekends, but not going completely off the rails, you know.
Right. So what I'm thinking is, no, I would just do my show, and maybe eat a half a sandwich just so I could get,
Mhm.
give my an honest review, and then
Sure.
that would be it. So, but I know
Mhm.
sometimes just doing something like that can just throw things off, and I
Mhm.
was wondering if that's enough to.
Well,
So
I think ultimately, like I say, I think it's one of those things where you'd have to try it to find out how well it works, kind of thing.
right,
I find if you uh, like when quite a few years ago, I had kidney stones, like 3 times in 1 year, and so at the time, my doctor said, "Well, cut out, pop or soda and stuff
right.
like that. Like anything like that can be causing them." So I cut them out. And it was funny when I cut those out, just getting rid of one thing out of my diet, I saw like I lost like 10 pounds. in a week kind of thing.
Wow.
So again, I'm in full support of making any kind of change for the better.
Right. Right.
You can't always, I do it full time and abstain from a
Right.
lot of the sugars and stuff like that, mainly because it's not worth it to me for the way that I feel if I don't.
Right. Right.
So,
Um,
but I would still think that you would probably see some changes, like especially weight loss, if you were to clean it up during the week and then, sort of moderate what you did on the weekends.
right. Right. And and I'm not even going to go off it on the weekends if I end up doing this. And the reason why I'm really interested in it is I was looking at a diet plan, like it's actually not a diet. I think it's really a lifestyle. First of all, so you're not starving yourself; you're just learning how to eat better. That's correct, right? I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
the weight loss seems rapid, like 6 pounds in a week, and then it tells you where you would be like in March. It shows that I would have lost 40 pounds in March if I stuck to it. That's a lot of weight. So I don't know. Is that
it's the thing with, if you stick with or you start a keto lifestyle or keto diet, what happens is, once you stop eating sugar and carbs and that, your body, inflammation goes away, which is caused by sugars and carbs and bad seed oils and everything.
right?
So once your body starts like using fat for fuel, it stops retaining water. So you actually flush a lot of the retained water at first. That's where that drastic, 10 pounds in 2 weeks comes from in the first 2 weeks.
Right.
And then after that, like for me, it was basically a full year was 80 pounds. So
I mean, that's excellent.
Yeah, but, so there's like 10 pounds the first 2 weeks, and then it was, it definitely slowed down, and then it would do, you 2 or 3 pounds a week kind of thing. Sometimes it went up too. Like it's not a straight line going down.
Right.
There's ups and downs and
Well, and
everything
they
else.
say too that it's better to lose it slowly, rather than just all off at once. So it's healthy, and I guess you keep the weight off when you take it off.
It's easier to keep it off. So is Jane your wife, is it?
Yeah, she's been helping me out.
So she's got a question about adding butter and fat to the coffee.
Right.
Yeah, I'm guilty of doing it. I still do it once in a while when I need a little bit of extra dietary fat for the day. Really, all you have to look at, like, I know it's strange to think about putting fat or butter in your coffee.
And this is the first time hearing of it. She never even told.
Oh yeah. Well, this is what's technically or typically called bulletproof coffee. Bulletproof is like it's a brand name, but everyone sort of adopted it for having keto coffee that has fat in it. So some people use butter. Some people use MCT oil, which is like a medium chain triglyceride oil. So it's a really fast absorbing oil or fat.
I'm sorry to keep interrupting this. This is just fascinating to me. So I'm just going to, keep on interjecting. And okay, so that oil now, is that something that you can get in the supermarket, or do you have to order it special?
Yeah, no, MCT oil is a common product that you should be able to get at any Walmart or any store.
Okay.
It's a use with caution kind of thing, though. I find the butter, because I'll come back to it kind of seems weird that you're going to put butter in your coffee. Well, butter is really only one step removed from cream, so I don't really find it any. So you're only adding the milk fat instead of any of any of the other irritants that cream has.
Right. Right.
Typically, if you're going to use cream on a keto lifestyle, you want to stick with the highest fat percentage you can, because the lower, like you get down to skim milk, and then that is basically removed all the fat, and it's basically all lactose and dextrose, and it's all sugar basically. So the sugar
Wow.
content is higher that way.
Yeah, I would think it
So
would be the other way around, but yeah.
yeah, it goes back to the whole, everyone demonizing fat or dietary fat, saying it's bad for you, when in actuality, like, we need good healthy fats to be healthy. Like, it's if you cut all the healthy saturated fats out of your diet, and all you do is consume like corn oil and canola oil and all those factory chemicalized products, then it's just not good for your health. So the one thing I did want to say again about the MCT oil is, if you ever do want to, if you ever get to that point, it's a fast absorbing oil, but it can cause some real gastric issues if you try and take too much of it at one time at first. So it's one of those things where you put like half a teaspoon in at first for the first week, and then you can up it a little bit to
your stomach gets
until your stomach gets used to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm like jumping all over your show. You're the keto expert, but like I said, I'm just excited about this. And well, this is going to be, awesome to get you online, and then people can hear about it. It's not, what I like about keto is it's not a lifestyle other people that are on keto are forcing on people. So usually, like diets, there's a lot of diets like, you have to go on this diet, you have to go on that diet. This is something that I know is proven. I know several people that are on this, and it's really a lifestyle. It's not a diet. So when I say diet, they're like, no, it's not a diet. This is a lifestyle, and you can eat a lot of normal things. You're just cutting out like carbs, and I heard, you can go and get a quarter pounder and just take the bun off. So I don't know if that's
no, I do. Like, I'll be the first to say that I'm not, I don't eat 100%, grass-fed, grass-finished beef and pasture-raised eggs and stuff like that. I'll go to Wendy's at lunch and order a Baconator and pitch the bun and just eat.
I love Baconators.
Yeah. So like, if I can do that, I'm happy with that. And like, if anyone's seen any of my Instagram or YouTube videos, I don't really find myself being deprived. Now, yes, you can feel that way sometimes when there's a big table of, cake and chips and all that stuff at parties.
My weakness, yes.
Yeah. So Celestial Paradise is saying here, they're hoping you could do a review of In-N-Out Burger before you started keto. Do you have In-N-Out burgers there?
We don't have In-N-Out burgers here, which is terrible, because I've heard so much about it, and feeling deprived. I guess I really do. That's one thing that I wish we would have.
We got Shane here. It's good to see you, Shane. Thanks for checking it out.
Hey,
what do we got here? May have missed this while you were talking there, but why did you change to a keto lifestyle? My story basically is, I started keto when my grandson was about 2 years old, just under 2 years old. I couldn't keep up with him anymore. I had a sore back all the time, sore knees. I was overweight, couldn't play with him. Like, he was always go, go, go. He wanted to play all the time, and I couldn't even get up off the floor. So it was at that point that I basically thought, okay, well, I have to do something. And then I went to a family thing with one of my cousins, and she'd lost a lot of weight using it. So that's when I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a go. And that January 1st, 2019 was the first day. And then it's been basically nonstop since then. So
Wow.
it started as a weight loss thing, but it fixed a lot of health issues that I had as well that I wasn't expecting. So it has been more for health.
See, and I really didn't even consider that. I'm looking at it just from a weight loss standpoint. So those are all the bonuses, extra bonuses that come along with it. So that's great. And you know, you said you've been on it since 2019. Well, you look great, and you know, you feel great, and I think that really sells me alone. Not that I need to be sold, but you look good, healthy, and is it worth it? Yeah. I mean, I want to feel good and feel healthy and be able to buy clothes that I like that only come in, you know, smaller sizes. So
yeah, I think and again, I think most people that stick with it long enough to see the benefits of it shift from that weight loss to like a health goal as far as what it does for you.
Right.
You know, and I think one thing I want to sort of throw out there too, for anyone that's watching, we're two guys talking about keto. I think even Ash could probably attest to this. The female and male hormones do not work the same way when it comes to the ketogenic lifestyle. That's why, you know, unfortunately, sometimes you get couples that start at the same time, and the guy will, you know, dump a whole bunch of weight in the first 6 months, but the wife won't lose anything. But then it reverses after that, because unfortunately female hormones kind of work against them with a ketogenic lifestyle at first. It takes a while for people's bodies to get used to it, sort of thing. So I don't want anyone to sort of get you know, discouraged if you don't start losing weight in the first 2-3 weeks. You know, a lot of people do, a lot of people don't, but it's a matter of sticking with it until you see the results.
Right. See, I diet jumped where I'm like going diet to diet, going, this isn't working. I got to go to that one, and you know, you're just spinning your wheels.
Yeah.
And I bought a few things too, and just when
Quest cookies,
yeah, but no, Ash said that she puts peanut butter in her coffee.
Is it peanut butter? No, she says she never put butter in her coffee, but she used unsweetened almond milk and heavy whipping cream.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm thinking peanut butter is on my mind. Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah, and she's talking about Keto Flu here too. We can talk a bit about that. Ash knows all about that basically, and this is one of those things that goes back to when you cut out carbs from your diet and you start flushing all of the water that your body has retained and it doesn't need to retain anymore. While you're doing that, you're also flushing electrolytes. So your sodium, potassium, magnesium, basically they all tank right away because they're getting flushed out. So what I suggest whenever anybody's going to give it a go is that for the first 2 weeks, you have to load up on, like, the first thing you buy doing keto. The first thing I suggest is buying a good sugar-free electrolyte powder or something that you can put in water.
Okay.
That way you can load up on that every morning. Like, you even take more than you should, because what'll happen is you get really dehydrated, you get really bad headaches, or you can get really bad headaches. You can get nauseous, and it is bad enough. If you don't treat it right, it's bad enough that it'll get people or have people stop because of it. Okay. Because cutting sugar from your diet's no joke. You know, like, if you are used to, you know, having carbs every day and sugar and everything else, if you cut it from your diet cold turkey, it's an addiction. Like, your body is not used to that after, like, you know, when I started, I was 49 years old, you know, like I was used to eating basically garbage every day, you know, like I'd have a good meal at night and stuff like that. But I work out of a truck during the day, so I was eating garbage all the time. So, so it takes some getting used to. But the keto flu, it's not really a flu, but it can feel like it. That's just the way it's been.
And so how long is that last?
Tagged. It's kind of thing where if you keep on top of your electrolytes, a lot of people never even feel it.
I see. Okay.
But if you don't, it can take a couple of weeks to go away.
Okay.
What I found, I think, going back to when I first started, the one thing I noticed is that I was so awake, like I'd not sleep for like the first 2 or 3 nights, but after that it got better. So,
well,
yeah, Shane's saying that his wife's replacing bun with romaine lettuce. Well, there you go. There's lots of things you can do with that too.
And I heard that too. And then it's kind of taking the place of you're giving you that feeling that you have, a bun. So, and of course it's healthy. That's a really good idea. Really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You're right. Guys always lose more weight early on.
Well, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Unfortunately, it's, I don't know. I'm not a biologist or anything. So, but I do know from experience with being in groups with a lot of keto groups are mostly women. So you hear all about people not being able to, the women not being able to lose weight right away. So we got, just joined stream.
Oh yeah, she has her own. She has her own channel too, a gaming channel.
Okay, cool. So I think we explained the keto flu. Ash is saying I had intense headaches and muscle aches my first 4 days, but after my electrolytes, I was much better. Yeah. Because it's, and that's the other thing. Keto kind of sort of flies in the face of everything you've been told. As far as your diet and what's healthy. Because you'll find when you don't have any inflammation and you're not retaining water and you're not retaining sodium, you actually need to consume quite a bit of sodium and salt every day just to keep properly hydrated. So much so that like even myself, I find myself not consuming enough, and I put salt on everything, like a good quality,
right.
Not just your regular iodized table salt or anything. It's like an actual, seabed salt kind of thing.
Okay. I see.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. Because, like that, I think it's real big. It's like, the pink, it's a rock salt, and you just kind of like,
real good Himalayan pink salt's good.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Yeah. There is some out there though, is just regular salt that's dyed pink though. So you have to get a good quality salt. I use the salt I get is from a company called Redmond's.
Okay.
They have a underground ancient sea mine that they get their salt from. It's in Utah, I think. So it's not contaminated. There's no contaminants from like from plastics that you get from sea salt nowadays.
Right. That's true.
So yeah, like they have everything from, table salt to coarse salt. And then they even sell like chunks, like actual salt rocks that you can suck on.
That's neat. See, I love salt. That would be right up my alley. But it's Redmond, it's called?
Redmond. Yeah,
Okay.
Redmond's.
And then it's you can get it there. Have a website probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have a website. You could get their stuff really, really easily there. They have all sorts of stuff. They actually have, again, if you do decide to do this, they have their own electrolyte drink powder. That's really good. It's sugar-free and keto certified. So
wonderful.
What's Ash saying here? I lost weight early on and after. Well, you're
Show
one of the
off.
lucky ones there. We got Samantha here too. Hey Sam, how's it going?
Hey Sam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to see everyone here tonight. That's
I really appreciate you having me on, Jason, too, because but you'll be sorry after this. You'll say he talks too much. He's taking over my whole show. No, it's because I'm excited, and this is what it's new for me, and I'm really seriously ready to do something. I mean, eating's good, and like I said, I have a good palate and taste buds that I can still give my honest reviews on things. But when I'm done with it, it's just like work. I can go back on the keto, so it would just be for a limited time. But I find myself with my show, I'm eating everything, just constantly eating, and I've gained so much weight because I'm feeling, do I want to do this do I want to do that? Do I want to, and I'm trying all these things. Is it something different, and so I resorted to a lot of fast food as well. So catches up real fast.
Yeah, I think that's a trap we all fall into, really. It's
Right.
I didn't do YouTube before I started keto, so I don't really, I've never really done anything else on here. And I like, as far as food reviews, I'm just going to stick with things I can enjoy, I guess. It does limit what I can review, but I guess there's one sort of good point to the fact that there's so many companies out there now that are jumping on the keto branding.
Exactly.
I've got the Quest stuff is all pretty good, or most of it's pretty good.
And then cookies, and they have the peanut butter cups. I was told at the store, they sell out of those all the time, so I couldn't get any. They said those are supposed to be really good.
Yeah. I get those every time I go to the ketogenic store or the keto store that's near us. They have them all the time. So
okay. See, but it's a keto store then. So I'm talking about just the regular stores have these in them too, but then probably, of course, a lot limited than what a keto store would have.
Yeah, we don't. It's funny because, well, again, here in Canada, we don't get a lot of the products that you guys get down there, unfortunately. And most of what we get isn't available at like Walmart, or we don't have like Kroger's and all these other stores that carry a lot of the stuff. So thankfully, I know Ash gets some of her stuff from Popeyes. It's like a nutrition store, and I'm lucky enough in the city where I am, there's an actual store called Keto and their main thing is they sell pre-packaged, pre-made meals. Like they have meal plans and stuff like that.
Sure.
But they have all the the Quest peanut butter cups and the ice cream bars and ice cream. And
I heard you can't really even tell the difference. It's supposed to be, I haven't even tried these yet, but with the peanut butter cups, a lady at the store was that checked me out, said, these are better than Reese's. And I was like,
well, as someone that has eaten way too many Reese's in their life, personally, I don't think they're better.
Okay.
They're good. And they're definitely, as a replacement, if you're going to only be able to, if you can't have Reese, I'll definitely take those any day. So I've had some other ones from other companies and they're not very good. So.
Oh, okay. But do you feel satisfied like after you eat one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think
that's the thing too, is that when I had regular Reese's back in the day, you were really never sasatisfied with one or two, right? It's like, well, I could eat another sleeve of those, no problem, right?
So. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the problem.
Celestial Paradise is asking you to show the cookies again. Yeah, they've got a few different kinds of cookies, I think. Their main ingredient when they make things is a protein blend. That's how they make them lower carb. Yeah.
And I didn't realize this is white chocolate. I hate white chocolate, but it has caramel in it, so it's good for me.
Yeah, you do have to be a little bit careful though. Some of the Quest stuff is not really low sugar. Some of it's
Okay.
just regular. But
Right.
a lot of their stuff, like their chips are protein chips. The cups are low carb. The cookies, I think, are pretty good.
Okay.
But like I say, we can't get a lot, or I can't get a lot of it. Ash is she's a Quest ambassador, so
See, there you
she
go.
gets a lot of that stuff. So yeah.
Now, can you? There's a lot of recipes too online, so you can.
Hmm.
Are I mean, do you ever make any things that you don't have to buy already prepackaged? I mean, I know you can eat like burgers and stuff without the bun, but you like, let's say make a casserole or
Hmm.
anything like that, a
Yeah.
meal.
Yeah. 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 No, I've made lots of different meals. One of one of the meals that I've on my Instagram, and I think I've done a YouTube, is just putting ground beef, eggs, and cheese in a pan, basically, like in a skillet. Brown the ground beef, add a bunch of eggs, basically make a frittata. So you just put the pan in the oven to finish cooking it, and then you cover it with cheese, and it comes out like a
Wow.
meat and egg pizza, basically, that you can cut into slices.
Well,
So
that
that's
sounds really good.
yeah. So that's one of my go-tos. So yeah, there's lots of and there's a lot of recipes out there that have been sort of keto-fied.
Right.
You can make shepherd's pie with mashed cauliflower, and
Oh, wow.
I've made pumpkin pie with almond flour crust and stuff like that. So
See, and my daughter and my son-in-law are vegan, and they use a lot of those same ingredients because, well, theirs
hmm
is all plant-based. So,
hmm yeah,
um, I
yeah.
think that's great. But as far as the cookies and donuts and things like that, that's my weak
hmm
spot. Oh,
yeah,
hey, Karen, how are you?
yeah. Karen, yeah, she dropped by the channel a couple of days ago too, so it's good to see you here.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, it's my weakness too.
Mhm.
I'll admit that I always have something in the fridge. I try and keep it in the freezer so that I don't see
Okay.
it too often.
Right.
I keep
Right.
all my peanut butter cups in the freezer and
And if
everything.
you go to Karen, well, you want to go to Karen's channel,
Mhm.
but oh my God, she makes the best thing. So you could at
Yeah,
least have those for the rest of the family. That
yep,
isn't like
yeah,
um
yeah. It's always
just
fun to take recipes that you see and try and make them
mhm.
without the carbs.
Yeah.
It's I've again I don't get too fancy with it. Once in a while I'll make something just because like I'll make peanut butter cookies and stuff like that with just
Mhm.
natural peanut butter, and they're fine, and just add
Mm,
some sweetener to them. And
okay.
so there's lots of things to do, and there's countless recipes out there, and people that make um, meals and stuff like that that
Mhm.
you can follow. There's one guy on YouTube. Uh, what's highfalutin low carb?
Highfalutin,
He,
low carb.
highfalutin low carb. Yeah, he's uh, he's a southern guy, but what he does is he usually takes two recipes for the same thing, kind of thing, and then he makes them both to compare them. Like they're basically, which one's better, kind of thing.
Right. Right.
So that's basically all he does on YouTube is he makes recipes. Like he'll do. I think the last one he did was what was it? Like um, it was like I can't remember, some sort of cake or thing. But he does like all sorts of like pecan pies, and like he's got so many recipes that he makes on there. Now,
Wow.
and basically what he does is he doesn't give any sort of ingredient quantities or anything. He just
Mhm.
tells you to go to the website for whoever made the recipe.
Okay.
Um, but there's
That's
lots of websites out there like that. There's Keto Connect on there. They're on YouTube. They've got a blog as well where they do a lot of recipes. I've got one of their cookbooks as well.
mhm.
I don't even know. I don't know if it's still down here. I had it
Do you
at
know
one point
though?
when I was down here.
I there's a lot of diets that you say, oh, it's a fad or it's in and out diet. This has been around for a while, and it's proven. So I mean,
Hmm.
I think it's just and again, I don't want to say diet, even though everywhere you go it says keto diet. It's a lifestyle, and so that's
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
what.
Yep. And Shane here, he's one who watched my meat and egg pizza video, and he's made it 4 or 5 times now.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
it's
great.
it's so easy and quick, and like it's just one of those things. I typically only make it when I'm just cooking for myself, kind of
Hmm.
thing for the night, because then it's just
But
easy.
it's
You throw some meat in
easy
a
just
pan and
to
some eggs,
throw
and
in, and yeah.
yeah. So
Now I've seen you make chips. You made your own like chips, little snack in the oven the other day. What are those?
they were just um, pepperoni.
Okay.
Like they are just pepperoni slices of pepperoni, and then I put some cheese curds on them and threw them in the oven so that the cheese melted. And
It looked really good.
yeah, yeah, baked pepperoni chips are pretty good. You can get them all nice and crispy, and
Yeah.
you have to. They kind of start swimming in grease by the time you're
Mhm.
finished with them, but
Oh, that's okay.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
What about like any other snacks? Let's say like popcorn or anything like that.
Yeah, popcorn is it's
Carb.
high in carbs.
Okay, that's what I figured. So snacks like that
Yeah,
you want to stay away from mostly, right? Anything that would have
yeah. Yeah,
carb.
it's the carbs and sugar or the
Mhm.
hard ones again. I stick to I always have pepperoni slices in the fridge. I always
Mhm.
have some sort of little meat sticks, like little pepperonis or something.
Oh, okay.
Um, I usually keep some a big bag of almonds,
Mhm. Yeah, I
and
heard that.
then yeah,
It's it satisfies you. I mean, is it
yeah,
a appetite suppressant or something like
yeah,
that? And
yeah. It's with the almonds, then I toast a whole bunch of them and keep them in a container, and then if I need something, I'll grab them when I need them. But again, snacking is one of those things too that it's kind of a habit kind of thing.
Mhm.
We all sit down and we all snack,
Right. And my biggest
sometimes not even consciously.
right,
So
you're exactly right. And my
mhm.
problem is I'm a nighttime snacker. I'm just constantly, just grabbing whatever I can and eating it. Hey, Haley, how are you?
Mhm. Yeah, it's good to see you.
That's great. He loves Pips. That's wonderful. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're right about snacking. It's tough
Right.
to and again, one of those things where at first I don't recommend people sort of restrict anything. You know,
Hmm.
if you're hungry, eat, and then when you're full, stop eating. That's basically the way I look
Gotta
at it.
turn it off. Right.
Yeah. The one thing that I will say though that has really helped me is that I started, you know, 6 months in or so, I started with a hard stop at the end of the day. So I don't eat anything past 8:30
So
at
that's like
night.
kind of
Just so
intermittent fasting.
right, so that it allows you it helps you sleep better, if
Mm-hmm.
you're not eating right up until you go to sleep and all that. So I basically stop eating at 8:30, and then, you know, I'll you typically have something to eat around noon the next day. So
Right. Right. Which is, and then I think once you get used to it, then it's probably okay. You're in a
mhm,
routine,
mhm.
and I think that.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, once your body's used to using fat as fuel, that's the whole thing is once you switch that fuel source, then it's easier not to eat because then your body it just uses your body fat as fuel. So
right, right.
it can help you get through those times.
Yeah. And Karen does have a lot of great. I see that up on the screen. Some
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
recipes.
Yeah. We got kids generally have pizza every Friday night and cool. Yeah. Um,
Right. Yeah, that's.
yeah.
uh, You know what? I think that's just to get into that habit. What is this? I mean, when you first started. Okay.
Yeah. Um, it wasn't too bad for me. Um, I guess I'm one of those kind of people that I researched it for 2 or 3 weeks and then I said, okay, well, this is when I'm starting and this is what I'm going to do. I did the same thing. I used to be a smoker for half my life.
Right. Me
And then
too.
I quit that. Well, that was almost 18 years ago. That was the same thing when the one day I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sick
Mhm.
of it. Right.
Right. That's
So
what
I
I
quit
had to
that
do.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with this. I kind of said, okay, well, I want to make a change. It was tough at first. There's no doubt about that. Like it's hard to do. I think the one thing that saved me is that I was gluten free for 3 or 4 years first,
Hmm.
because I was trying to fix some digestion issues that I
Right.
was having. So I
Hmm.
was already used to not eating a lot of the carbs.
Hmm.
Except that I basically all I was eating was potatoes and rice.
Right.
So I put
Right.
on a lot of weight when I went gluten free. So
Right. Oh, I
um,
didn't realize that. I thought because um I thought that was kind of like not fattening type stuff. I didn't
well,
really.
it's the problem is you wind up, your diet turns into mostly carbs at that
Oh,
point.
okay. I see.
So it's pretty tough. So as far as how hard it was, uh, it was a little bit challenging at first, but once I started feeling so much better and seeing the
Right.
results, it was like, oh, like there's no way I'm going to stop this. Like it's,
Right.
and again, the weight fell off the first year, and then after that, it's crept up a little bit since then, but
Right.
I don't really have to try too hard to stay where I am. And again,
Right.
it turns into a how you feel, you know,
Hmm.
versus how you look kind of thing.
Right.
So,
Right. And if you don't feel, I mean, I'm not, I don't want to, I'm not huge, but I'm not small. But I'm telling you, it's just the right size that you can't get anything that looks really good on you. You know what I mean? And then the
mhm.
the the sizes that you can get are either too small or extremely big. So I
Sure.
want to be
Yeah.
able to wear things.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. It was funny for the first year, at least the first year, I didn't really buy any new clothes. I just kept wearing what I had
Mhm.
until like I was swimming in them. I couldn't,
Right.
I couldn't keep my jeans up, and the shirts were way too big. So that's
Yeah.
definitely, the one drawback of all that is that you have to replace your wardrobe, but you know,
Yeah. Right.
it is what it is, right? So
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, yeah, Ash. She's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's great having her here. And we got Married
Yeah.
Man Woodworking here too. It's good to
Hey,
see you.
it's awesome.
It's yeah, it's good to see you here.
Yeah, I see him on streams all like yours and Ash's.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a great channel with a lot of neat little projects too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Looks
absolutely.
like Shane's got to hit the road as well. It's good to see you, Shane.
Thanks
So
so much for stopping. Really
yeah.
appreciate that. That's great.
So yeah, like I don't know. You're right. It's good to, if you're gonna adopt something like this, you have to try, and it is the thinking of it as a lifestyle instead
Hmm.
of just a diet. Because
Right.
technically, yeah, you can use this as a diet. Like if you were to ask um any sort of a lot of like Hollywood stars and stuff like that,
Hmm.
if you see anyone go from, maybe a little overweight to shredded in 6 months, well,
Right.
you can be almost guaranteed they're not eating carbs every day.
See,
So
right, right,
yeah,
exactly,
it's
exactly.
it's they won't admit that they're doing it because
Right.
for some
No.
reason it's taboo,
Yeah,
but
exactly,
it's
exactly.
yeah,
A- and I know that you still have to work at it. Like, I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt to, take a walk or
hmm
not extreme exercise. I used to, exercise a lot, but just enough that, it's enjoyable. And I'm
sure. Yeah, I haven't, and that's been my sort of philosophy with it too. Is like my job is pretty active. I'm
Mhm.
climbing ladders all day, and
Right.
I walk. Sometimes I walk 10,000 feet just inside the building I'm working in, kind of thing.
Wow. And that's
So
awesome.
So I get, at least I'm not like, if I was sedentary, like if I had a desk job or something like that, then I'd
Right.
probably have to focus more on activity. But,
Mhm.
and we go out and do things, and you know, but I haven't been in the gym once in 3 years,
Oh,
and I still
that's
lost all that weight. So
look at
I
that.
probably should be doing some more resistance work, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just,
sometimes I say that's overrated,
yeah.
but I make myself feel better, I say
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
do
I
have,
hear you.
friends and especially YouTubers that, that's what they do.
Hmm.
That's their specialty, like yours is, keto, and there's a good balance, and I think
Hmm.
that, taking the two, but, I'm not as energetic as I used to be. So I think maybe with the keto, it's going to maybe bring up my energy a little bit too.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
You'll probably find, if you're to do it for a little bit of time, you'd wind up having more energy than you knew what to do with
oh, that
at
would be
first.
dangerous,
It
but I
can,
love it.
yeah. Like I say, it's great until you can't sleep because you're just wound up
Right,
completely.
right.
But, that sort of levels out after a while as well.
Mhm. Right.
Once you're chugging along, and, not sort of uh, adapting to different things. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely good for energy. And that's what, when we get back to the whole bulletproof coffees and stuff like that, where you're putting fat in coffees in the morning, is that fat can boost your energy for the day,
Mhm.
instead of having, a coffee with 3 teaspoons of sugar in it, and some creamer that's got sugar in it, and a donut or
Right.
whatever,
Mhm.
where you're going to eat and drink that, and then 2 hours later you're going to crash because your
Yeah.
insulin has gone through the roof, and you feel like you want to, go have a nap.
That's the
So
big
then you
thing.
have to have another coffee and another donut, and like that, it's
Yeah.
ups and downs all day long.
It's a vicious
Whereas with,
circle. Yeah.
yeah, with keto, again, your insulin is going to go up no matter what you eat. That doesn't
Mhm.
matter. Like, insulin rises and flows. What you're trying to control is the big spikes, and where it stays high
Mhm.
for a
Right.
long time. Like, if you, uh, I'm not a huge sort of proponent of testing, like, 'cause you can get a blood meter to test ketones and your blood sugar and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay. Right.
Um, I did it for the first 6 or 8 months, kind of thing.
Mhm.
For us here, the strips that you do the testing with are just ridiculously expensive. So
Oh,
I,
okay.
I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Technically, though, if you wanted to, if you're someone that likes data and
I
seeing it,
do.
like,
Yeah.
you can actually get data out of it.
Mhm.
You get the cheapest blood meter, like blood glucose meter, you can find, and then the strips are, they're pennies for each
Oh,
strip.
okay.
And then
Okay.
what you can do is you can sort of, test your blood glucose after
Mhm.
meals, and then, a couple hours later, to see if it's come back down to like a proper level.
Okay.
That's one way to track sort of how you're controlling your insulin levels.
Right. And it's
You can
good to
also,
have
sorry.
some oh, no, I'm sorry. It's good to
Yeah.
have, I think, metrics so you can kinda know where you
Hmm.
are, your limits are, and I think it's a little more, controllable with that data,
Hmm.
that information, so
Yeah. And a lot of people on YouTube, that's one thing they do too. They'll take something like that Quest cookie that you have there, and, check your blood glucose before you eat
Mhm.
it, then eat the cookie, and then check, half an hour later, and then an hour later, and 2 hours later. And that
Right.
shows people sort of what it'll do,
Mhm.
and that'll show that, okay, well, my glucose may have gone up 20 points, but then it's come
Right.
right back down again. And that's how you can show people that, for you at least, it doesn't necessarily affect your insulin levels. So
Right. See, this cookie, I noticed, so, and I don't know, it's 250 calories, so it
yeah.
seemed high to me. But we're not counting calories anyway, right? I mean,
Not necessarily. Like, I can't sit here and say that calories don't matter, because obviously, you know, you can, calories do matter, but
Mhm.
the problem is that I think a lot of people don't understand what they really need for calories every
Mhm.
day.
Right.
Like men, the average male is probably going to need at least 2,100, 2,200 calories per day,
Okay.
right? To function properly.
Mhm.
Um, the problem is we're used to getting, we usually get at least that much plus more, and it's
Yeah.
all coming from the wrong macronutrients, right? Like
Exactly.
you want
Exactly.
it to come from the fats and proteins. Like ideally, I know if you're talking technical about keto,
Mhm.
the macros for fat are higher than they are for protein. Like you want to try and consume like 75% of your daily calories from fat, and then
Right.
20% from protein and 5% from carbs.
Okay.
I personally am, that's definitely a good way to start, but you have to adjust that over time where it gets closer to, 50 or, 45, 45 for protein and fat. And then like the other five are from carbs kind of thing.
Okay.
Um, because I think the one thing a lot of people in the last few years have unfortunately done is they've demonized protein for some reason,
Mhm. Right.
and they're under eating protein and wondering why their hair is falling out, and
Do you know
they're
that's
losing muscle.
right? And protein though is you gain what it's gain fat, right? Or is it muscle? But you
No,
need it. No.
yeah, no, you need protein to build muscle. Um, and the one thing protein will do, and I think what a lot of people were afraid of with protein is that there is a process that will convert protein into glucose. So, because there's certain cells in the body that still need glucose, so they still need
Right.
sugar, right?
Right.
Like your brain needs glucose to function properly.
Mhm. Right.
So that's why your body is built to be able to convert protein into glucose for
Right.
those functions, so that if you're not eating a lot of glucose, then it
Mhm.
can get it from other sources, right? So, but
Right.
people were afraid that, oh, if I eat too much protein, it's just going to turn into glucose and I'm going to get fat. It's like, well, it doesn't really work that way, but
No, I'm not on your show to promote other shows, but Just Shakes. I don't know if you've ever gone there. He makes like all different protein shakes, and they look
okay.
well. I've had some; they're delicious, and just put them in a. It's called a bullet or whatever that is, and
Yep.
you put
Hmm.
that, and it's. But he makes all protein shakes. So
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I'm personally, and I've got, that's a lot of people use like meal replacement kind of things,
right,
like protein shakes, and there are some keto products out there that are meal replacements. I personally don't prefer to do that. I'd rather just eat real food. But
right, right,
that's just me. Like there's lots of good things out there, and like even a lot of the protein shakes that, you can take a lot of them and just substitute some of the like the sugar part of it for something else that will,
right. And that's
you know
that's what he does too. And but you getting back to you saying that you like to eat real food and stay don't eat a lot of the pre-planned meals. I think that is really what I'm looking for because other that gets really expensive. You
hmm
know, I mean,
hmm
to buy all these pre-made keto meals and everything. So if you
oh
can
sure, oh yeah.
learn how to cook like that and just it's probably save you a lot of money and um,
Yeah, there is a place for these meal plans
right,
where you buy the meals pre-packaged and frozen and just ready to go. Like
right.
there is a place for that. Some people can afford it and
Mhm.
need a service like that.
Right.
I can't. I wouldn't be able to afford that.
Yeah, and maybe like a
So
a a bachelor or somebody, the young professional that, is
mhm,
that would be perfect, but
sure.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I have a whole family, and it's like, well, obviously, they're not all gonna be on keto, but,
Right.
um,
Yeah.
it just seems
Yeah.
like expensive.
It can be. That's where you have to, like for myself, I buy big packages of ground beef. and then some ground pork, and then I cook it all up, and then I just portion it out, and then like that can be part like meals. If I need something to go, then that's what I grab, kind of thing. So it's a lot. A lot of it's about planning.
Right.
I'm still not very good at it, but
no, but well, it sounds like you're a lot better at it than I am. And that's one of the things that I hear the most is have things available. So you should pre-plan and have portions, pre-planned. And so you can just grab and go, because I think the biggest thing is people just grab in a stack or whatever they can and shove it in their mouth because there's nothing readily available. So I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. And that's one of the like, if you go and search, how do I start keto? There's a lot of good information out there. And one of the first things that they'll say, step number 1 is get rid of everything out of your house that you'd be tempted to eat.
Well,
right. So like if you had, well,
I'm just kidding.
And I felt the same way. But that's the thing, like that's for, again, a bachelor or a couple that are going to do it at the same time.
Right.
But if you've got a family, you can't do stuff like that. So like in my household, I've got, a certain section in the cupboards that's got all my stuff in it. And like it's, you learn to get along with it. Right. I never threw anything out for sure. Like it's, but that is getting back to, if you don't have things ready to grab, that's why I always have pepperonis and, pepperettes and, almonds and some quick things that you can grab.
Right.
Even if you're, even if you shouldn't be snacking, at least that's better than mowing down a sleeve of cookies or something. Right. So
that's just it. And my problem is I have to eat everything until it's gone. So it's, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, and another great channel here too.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Go check them out.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way with snacks too. Like if I open a bag of chips, no, it's gone.
Then,
there's no way I'm going to eat part of it.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Now I just have one of my go-to things is I keep bags of pork rinds around the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like those, and I mean, it's been a long time since I've had them, but
yeah. So as long as you got to watch the ingredients on some of them. Some of them have some real sketchy stuff they put in them, but if it's just pork rinds, like some of the flavored ones, if it's just pork rinds,
I don't think I've ever had the flavor ones. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
but my family would just look at me when I eat them, and they'd be like, "How could you eat them?" I mean, they're really good. So I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah. So Jane's asking what my favorite easy breakfast and dinner. Breakfast, honestly, out of a week, I might eat breakfast once. I'm never been one to eat breakfast, but when I do, I usually just, I'll just scramble up 5 or 6 eggs and, maybe put in some cheese or something. And that's about it for me.
Yeah, or you can even take leftovers of that that skillet that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, for me, there's never leftovers, but but yes, you're right. It would make a good leftover,
right?
And then as far as dinner, honestly, like I can chicken wings are one of my favorites. And then I make a lot of burgers. I just cook burgers on the grill and, put cheese, and sometimes I put pepperonis on them too, or put other stuff on them. And, it's super simple and quick and,
So now I know that condiments, of course, you have to watch it with that too, because it's like, oh, this is great. You're putting all this ketchup on it. You're not supposed to do that, but now they have that sugar-free ketchup. I don't know if that's just as bad or you just get along
Yeah,
without
no,
it.
there's good ketchups out there as well. You would just want to ketchup is ketchup. It's always going to have carbs no matter what,
Mhm.
because tomatoes have carbs. Like
Right.
they have natural sugars in them.
Mhm.
You just want to find something that doesn't have any added sugar, right?
Oh,
So if
okay.
you get the no added sugar type ketchup, then you should be fine. You just have to watch you're not going crazy with it,
In
right?
moderation, right. And
Yeah.
then mustard's pretty okay
Mustard's
then.
fine. Yeah, mustard's fine. Unless you just want to stay away from like the honey mustards and that kind
Oh,
of
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
just that
Dijon and regular yellow mustard is I
yellow
use it
mustard.
all the time.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah. Mayonnaise, I don't know if
And
mayonnaise unfortunately is like any store-bought mayonnaise for the most part is just all canola oil. It doesn't matter.
right. And that's good because I'm not a mayonnaise person, so
Okay. Well,
that's a good thing.
yeah, like I make my own out of avocado oil. So
Oh, that
um
sounds good, and I love
yeah.
avocados, so,
Yeah.
um,
So it's a little bit more, well, it's not, it's actually cheaper than buying the store-bought stuff. It's not quite as good as the store-bought, but that's one thing is in the last year and a half, 2 years, I've cut out any of the like the factory seed oils as well.
right, right.
So we
Yeah.
got Celestial Paradise saying you're talking about keto while I'm eating a pizza. Yeah.
I hope it's made with cauliflower.
And fine dining showed up. Cool. It's
Oh,
good to
hey,
see
how
you
are
guys. Yeah.
you? They just okay, now they just did the peanut butter cup with the chips in
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
Uh,
I saw that.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of think they're getting a little too crazy about. I personally, I've never had any desire to have anything except for chocolate and peanut butter. Like
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
really see the point.
that
So
was really mean of them, but I mean, if that's what
yeah.
they wanna do, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Sure.
just Dave and Kathy, and
Um,
that's another awesome channel. No, and again, I'm not promoting, but I don't know if you know Dave and Kathy. They've been on a lot of the different streams, but they travel everywhere and
mhm.
they take us with them. So it's a really nice channel.
Yeah, yeah, I've gone and checked it out. I haven't had time to watch many of the videos yet, but
Mhm.
it's on my
Yeah,
list of things to do. So yeah, them and fine dining and
yeah. It's so
anyone
neat
else that.
because we all kind of have the same social circle. It just seems
Mhm.
like that, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it's really a neat thing.
yeah, yeah. I like what they do over there at fine dining. They're
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like you. They're sort of reviewing all the stuff that I can't have.
Yeah, and I mean, they've things that I haven't even thought
Mhm.
of, and I mean, it's great to see it,
Yep.
and then because they did it, then I try it and eat it. Well, I don't do it on my show; I just eat it. So,
Yeah.
like I said, they're responsible for my weight gain. That's what I'm gonna
There you
say.
go.
I feel
Yeah, I
better
guess
now.
if you're gonna eat it, you might as well make a video about it, right?
Right? Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
like I say, I've got 5 or 6 other things I'm waiting to make videos about. I just haven't had the time to do it.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
the the, the scary part is I have 3 or 4 keto products that I have that are going to be of the bad review kind of type that I
oh,
won't
okay.
I won't even try because the problem with keto is that a lot of companies have sort of put the keto brand on things
Jumped on the
when
bandwagon. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and they don't really have keto ingredients. So
Right. That's good though, because people really appreciate that. I mean, especially,
mhm,
I mean, there's a good and there's a bad or the
sure,
not so
yeah,
good. And yeah.
yeah,
So I think I love to see that.
yeah.
That's
All
really
the cool kids hang out there. That's for sure.
that's that's right. Well, I shouldn't say because I'm not really good. Oh, Wayside. How are you,
Yeah,
Wayside? He's from
cheese curd
Wisconsin.
or yeah, cheese curd or poutine vodka. Yeah,
Well, the
I don't know.
Arby's
I think we'll stick to the Arby's vodka there.
That's funny. Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It's a good
I can't
time.
believe they actually came out with their own vodka.
No, and now I'm waiting for other fast food uh, chains to come out with theirs. I mean, what are
Mm.
they going to come out with? But they are
Well,
it's completely wiped it out. They sold out every time. So
yeah. We could get Taco Bell to come out with their own tequila or something.
yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I think I'll
Yeah.
sell them my idea. I'm sure they thought of it, but that's a really good idea.
Yeah, they'd sell a lot more Taco Bell if everyone was buying tequila at the same
Oh, they
time.
would, especially after bar hour when they go
Yeah.
through.
Yeah. Fine dining is hilarious, but they can't sing. Oh, that's not nice.
Oh, bam. That was good. Thanks, Dan and Kathy. Uh-oh. Well,
But
we're
we are self-aware, and that's the key. Yeah,
See, well, they did sing in the last one, so
they did. Yeah.
I think you sing okay, better than I do.
Oh yeah.
So,
You'll never hear me sing. That's for sure.
no, me either.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's been really interesting. I don't know if anybody else has any other questions, but I'm not in a hurry to go, but this has been really interesting time here, and it's really good to talk with somebody. Well, I've been talking with you for a long time,
Mhm.
watching you, but that it's proven that it's you've done it. You did it, and you feel good, and it's really good to see that, like an end result.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
kind of it's encouraging.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's, like I say, it's not all, it's not all victories
Right.
either. Like
Yeah.
you
No,
have
I
to.
know there's give and take, but
Yeah, and I guess at first, if when you make a change, and this is really true with any kind of change, if you make
mhm,
a dietary change, no matter what it is, and you stick with it for a little while, you're going to see results,
right,
right? It's
right,
just a matter of finding something that you can sustain, that you can stick with, and this is the first time I found something that, I'm like,
right.
okay, well, I can eat bacon and eggs and steak and hamburgers and
Who would have
chicken
thought,
and
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
who would
sign
have
me
thought?
up.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, hang out with Wayside, Wade, we can get that taco bar. That's
Taco
a really
Bell.
good idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Just now I'm really thinking, okay, well, how can we? But we would have to not use the taco. Well, we could make it look like Taco Bell,
Taco
but it
Bell,
really
yeah.
isn't. And then how they do that? Some companies, it happens at Aldi's a lot, where some of their brands, like they might do Cheerios, but it's Oreos or something, and it
Mm,
looks like the
yeah.
packaging. And the
Mhm.
reason why I'm saying this is off may seem off topic, but again, with keto, I see getting these couple items that I got. There were other items that looked like the keto lettering or the Quest lettering, I should say.
Mm,
So it was like
yeah.
Quest products, and I was like, almost grabbed that because I know Ash and you talked about Quest at one time, and it's the same thing. So you have to be really careful with the
Mhm.
products you grab. So reading the
Yeah.
labels and everything is real important, like you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the other thing. You have to read labels, like,
Mhm.
and we could spend 2 hours talking about all of the ingredients that some of these companies try to use to make them low
Right,
carb
right.
that really aren't that good for you.
Hmm.
There's a bunch of ingredients you need to watch for when you're buying products.
Right,
Now, again, it as a one-off kind of thing, not going to hurt you, but it's kind of things that there's certain kinds of fiber. One of them being IMO, which it's isomalto oleosaccharides, I think is what it's called.
oh, I'll
Anyway,
remember. Not a problem.
yeah, it's IMO for short. A
Okay.
lot of companies, because basically the whole calculation is you take your total carbs. So let's say
Mhm.
it's, if you look at that cookie, it's probably what, 18 total carbs, something like that.
Yeah, it's 19. Yeah.
19 carbs,
Mhm.
and then how much fiber's in it?
Fiber is sorry, saturated fat, dietary fiber is 1 gram. No, I'm sorry. 32% is a dietary, 9 grams.
9. So that brings it down to 10 grams. And then there's probably sugar alcohols in there as well.
Yeah, there's some sugar is total sugars. Oh, it says 1. I don't know what that
There's
means.
probably sugar alcohol in there too, though.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
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 So it's not just labeled sugar.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. So like the calculations in the game that they play. So you take that 19 total carbohydrates for that cookie, and then you subtract the fiber. So that's 9 grams. So that brings it down to 10. And then you can subtract sugar alcohols, which are sugar products or sweeteners, basically, that don't really affect your insulin or blood glucose.
okay.
And that can bring it down. So let's say there was, 7 grams of sugar alcohols in there. That would bring it down to 3 grams of total carbs for that cookie.
Okay.
So 3 grams of net carbs for it after. So total carbs minus fiber and sugar alcohols gives you net carbs. The game that's played, and it's a trap that companies try and get you in, is that the package will say 1 gram of net carbs, but it's got 35 total carbs per serving. And while technically fibers and sugar alcohols aren't really digested like carbs,
Right.
it still affects you in a certain way. So a lot of people actually live by total carbs instead of net carbs. So they'll try and keep their total carbs for the day like under 50 grams, basically.
Okay.
Because it's easy to turn 20 net carbs into well over 100 total carbs per day just by using fibers and playing that game, right?
Yeah, right.
But the trap is that a lot of these companies are using really cheap ingredients like IMO that, well, technically it's a fiber. Testing shows that your body only will still digest like half of it. So it can only be counted as half of the amount of fiber.
Right.
It's a whole, it's a whole game they play, so.
And they're cashing in on the keto, like you said, the keto brand. And so in other words, is to really be careful, or don't buy the, things that, look like keto, or it's like I said, you can, but you got to look at the labels, like you said.
For sure. And I don't know. It's just like anything else. Like technically at first, I don't really worry too much about those things. Like if someone's just starting out, do what you got to do to get through the first few weeks kind of thing.
Right.
I think at that point, you'll see it yourself. You'll think, hey, I feel this good now. Maybe I'd feel even better if I just started eating food that was one ingredient instead of having, a list of ingredients. Like some of the stuff I review, and I can't even list off the ingredients because people get bored. So I'm like, okay, well, if you want to know what's in it, look down below, because I'm not going to sit here for 10 minutes reading.
And a lot of those things, I don't even know what that means. It's just all so.
Yeah. Like a lot of people that have been doing keto for a while, they're really keen on the ingredients lists, and they've researched everything they can. And there's a lot of people on YouTube that go over this stuff. Like really, there's one video by Keto Connect.
Okay.
And what they did is they basically sacrificed themselves, and they took every single sugar alcohol available, like mass produced product available, and they tested it. So they did one each day for like 9 days or something. So they would basically, they'd start in the morning, and then they check their ketones and their blood sugar levels. And then they take this sugar alcohol straight up, like they would eat it straight up as a serving, to see which ones affected their glucose the most, kind of thing. So, and a lot of them are really bad. like
See,
like
yeah,
things like sucralose and xylitol, and there's so many names for it. Like
right.
erythritol's all right, stevia is all right, um,
Oh, stevia.
allulose is all right. It's just a matter of getting used to the taste, right?
Yeah, that's just it. Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Well, wow, this has been great.
yeah.
Uh, I'll tell you, I hope you have me back again another time, or we'll um, shake it up and do some uh, real fattening things I'll eat, and you can tell me if it's okay to eat them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and we can break it
Absolutely.
down.
Yeah.
We can break.
Like I say, I think it's one of those things where, you know,
Hey,
if you
thank
want to
you
try
so
it, yeah, he's you're
Thank
doing
you so
definitely
much.
doing good, because you haven't done live streams too much, have you?
Right. No, and I was talking about that on, I think, your last show or on Ash's show,
Hmm.
on your stream, and I'm like, oh no. So, and we were talking about that. So thanks. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not
No,
my
it's been
camera, I had the camera problems, but
sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely we can uh, do follow-ups for sure. Like it's one of those
yeah.
things where, you have to, it can be a pretty lonely
Mhm.
journey, if you're
Right.
not talking to people about it. Like you've got people
Right.
like Ash is, you know fully versed on keto, and
Right.
myself, and then there's other people out there that there are some influencers on YouTube that I wouldn't recommend
Hmm.
following, because they're just really in it for the money.
Yeah, they're sponsored by
But
all the bad ones.
yeah, but there are some people like Dr. Ken Berry. Um, he's he's basically a doctor that has given up his practice to help change people's health through keto, basically. And so, and he's I would say he's probably doing better on YouTube than he ever was as a doctor.
Oh,
So
pro,
yeah,
pro.
I think he's up to like 2 million subscribers on YouTube.
Wow, that's
And
something.
him and his wife do a live stream, which, yeah, would have been done by now, but they do a live stream every Monday night, and
Wow.
they have 3,500, 4,000 people watching for an
Wow.
hour every Monday night. So
Unbelievable, because
yeah,
live streams are the lowest count. People usually catch up a little on the
yeah,
reruns, so it's real,
yeah,
it's a tough thing to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Um,
It is. So, but
yeah,
yeah, we can definitely do something
absolutely.
else of some sort. Like if we can even do some back and forth videos, like some review videos kind of thing, or
Yeah, that would
uh,
be awesome,
yeah.
and I know that our audience, our viewers will love that, and other YouTubers that have been
Hmm.
on tonight. What I wanna do is I'm gonna give it, like, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna see how it goes, and then I'm going to start. What I want to do is start weighing myself in, and every week
Hmm.
letting the viewers know how much I lost. So,
For sure. Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. Like once you get started, and um, definitely, like, don't hesitate to email me, or
wonderful.
um, and to ask questions. And if you need resources, like I can find you sort of step by steps and stuff like that to help you through.
Perfect. And
'Cause
that's everybody that's watching tonight, not to be,
yep,
to
yep,
send you a note.
yeah. If anyone, I don't know if anyone else on here is on Instagram, but uh, I'm on Instagram a lot as well. I
Yeah,
guess
that's great.
where is it here? My Instagram is just underscore Jason underscore keto. I've got, I don't know, almost 1,000 pictures on there now of,
Oh,
of
wow.
food you can eat. So
Oh, that sounds
yeah.
awesome.
So
Very nice. Very
but
nice.
yeah, no, I've got a link to your channel down in the description as well. So
Awesome, thanks, and same with you, and, I'm just real excited that we did this, and I'm looking forward to more, and I really appreciate. Oh, thank you so much. It's actually
mhm,
him. Jason's
mhm,
giving the info. I'm just, like, going along for the
mhm.
ride, but, I'm real happy for this, opportunity, and that everybody, came together and watched us tonight, so I think that's great, and thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure. I like, this really is why I do this, is to try and help as many people as I can and get information out there that I've learned. I've spent countless hours researching and
Right. Why
learning and
reinvent the
actually,
wheel? Yeah, it's
yeah,
like you already got it. So
yeah. So and I've done it. I think after 3 years, I've learned enough to talk about it. So,
right, right.
yeah, no, it's great having people like you on that have interest in it. A lot of
Absolutely. I appreciate
my
that.
guests have been, keto as well for quite a
Mhm.
while, but it's
Right.
refreshing to talk to someone who's looking at it from the outside so far. But yeah, I'm looking
I
forward to
appreciate that. I really
see how
do.
it helps you
Thanks,
and
Dave and Kathy. Love you
yeah.
guys. You're awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to go check out their videos as well. So
Yeah, they're awesome. But
cool.
that's perfect. So everybody take care. It's just a lot of great people here tonight. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Makes me feel really good. And
Hmm.
I'm glad
Yeah.
that they have interest in, at least we can be entertaining, right?
Sure.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, for
but they're
sure.
supporting it. That's good. I really do appreciate it. Well,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And
Hmm.
everybody look forward to another stream.
Yep. Yep. We'll definitely do something else, in the coming weeks, and we'll give you guys
Absolutely.
all an update at some point,
Yep.
and
And feel
see
free
where.
to interact and tell us your stories too. So
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
awesome.
For sure.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Thank
jump off
you.
here too. We're over an hour and a half here, so I will see everyone as well later, and probably in a couple of weeks I'll do another stream as well. So
Awesome. Thank
okay,
you
have a good
so
night,
much.
everyone.
Thank you. Take
See you,
care.
Pips. Bye now.
Bye-bye.